Okay, so it turns out Bethesda actually has something that I'd like to talk about. Who would have guessed? Well, really just two things. But those things being, well, the new Wolfenstein to begin with, and VR Doom. Because apparently, when you. Well, I looked at the feedback for VR Doom. I didn't really watch much of anything because I'm thinking, oh my god, Doom virtual reality. That's like the perfect. That's like just perfect. Of course, that's like the game you'd want. That's the game we'd envision in virtual reality. But apparently, not a lot of people liked it.
That's because VR is still largely seen as pointless. It's like 3D. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are super excited, but in general, which is probably why the huge chunk of the Sony conference devoted to VR probably fell flat for a lot of people as well.
Oh, I
We'll
almost
save that
completely
for
skipped
later.
that. I know
Yeah.
not only because of the whole VR thing, but because I know I'm not getting any VR thing anytime soon unless I'm winning a contest. It doesn't seem like anything I'd bother to buy.
I mean, if you won the contest, you'll still need to win a contest for a bigger room to actually hold the VR, and
And
also win a contest to get a TV that can run it.
and also a contest to have somebody
Wait,
actually
TV? I
stay.
mean computer.
Also a contest to have somebody stay with me so I don't accidentally destroy something or just stay in VR while somebody robs my house.
Yeah, you take off the VR headset, and suddenly you're on a pair of train tracks.
Still somehow connected to the computer.
Yeah, the computer is on the other train tracks.
Just for spite. But yeah, the second thing is Wolfenstein, which, wow, I was not expecting that at all. In fact,
I mean,
nobody was really.
you have to Bethesda. They're not going to go to E3 and not reveal a new game. We know it's not Sky Elder Scrolls. We know it's not Diablo. I mean, once you start taking away their franchises and looking at what's left, people could have been able to predict what's coming next.
Even then, Wolfenstein, man, it's almost like a dream for it to like get another game, especially this day and age, considering
Yeah, the truth in it.
Yeah.
I just did that to make people comment.
Yeah. Why do you keep doing this? Do you? Why are you the only? You're the only one who's like, man. I really want our channel to die.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, likes and dislikes mean nothing, but still like our videos.
Oh boy. Anyways, let's get to Ubisoft and address the rabbit in the room. I hate the fact that I want this game and I enjoyed what I saw. I
Oh
really
yeah.
do.
But when I saw the trailer, and I'm like, let's see this, and then it looked really good.
The
And then I
only
saw
thing
that.
I hate in the trailer is that Rabid Peach. If it
No,
literally
that was great.
No, it was stupid and terrible and stupid.
That's exactly what Rabbit Peach would be like, and that's why it's good. I mean, what I found strange, really strange, was the audience reactions. They saw rabbits, and then they saw the Mario thing, and the people went wild. And they, okay, that's interesting. The gameplay, and people just genuinely see. I mean, I'm sure everyone's got their designated clappers in the audience. Sony needed a lot more of those because dead silence for so many of their. But whatever. So, but still, it looked like people were excited for it.
Yeah, the trailer
And
was well put together, and I kept playing. If you look hard enough on YouTube, you'll find my comment of me just saying, "I hate the fact that I love this trailer so much, and I'm constantly replaying it because the song is great."
it's Grant Kirkhope.
Oh, head, but
So yeah,
yeah,
they're trying. They're genuinely. This is not Like how Ubisoft just throws out stuff all the time, and like here Nintendo take this, and it's just usually very underwhelming, as in it doesn't run
And
well
this
or
looks like this
something, or
like
it's
truly actual effort.
serious effort. So yeah, that's exciting.
And I just, you know what? I one of the humans' biggest problems is pride, and I have to say, I'm eating my words. I do actually want this, and somehow, apart from that peach thing, the rabbit's humor actually seems to fit a bit.
The thing is, Nintendo characters are no, okay, not Nintendo characters. The Mario gang, except for Luigi and I guess Toad, are pretty much blank slates, which means that they don't have to do anything except react. And because of that, you have an instant straight man versus comedic man dynamic that just makes it not, I wouldn't say natural. A lot of the stuff still felt like Mario just going, what is going on? I am just existing right now. But
No,
it's
no,
not
he's not
terrible.
thinking that. He's thinking, wahoo!
Well, yeah. I'm obviously paraphrasing his ping who's here.
Exactly, just like how we paraphrase totally deto in Superstar Saga, which I do all
You,
the
you,
time.
you see, my favorite thing is when I'm playing New Super Mario Bros. DS and he says breakfast tonight. I'm sure that's what he says. No one can tell me otherwise. He's
What?
saying that he's going to eat breakfast tonight.
That doesn't make any sense to begin with. It's breakfast.
I'm sure of it.
Oh, you're not. You can't. That doesn't make any sense.
You see, I'm going to find that clip and I'm going to give you the clip and you're going to play the clip and everyone's going to see that I'm right.
Oh, the world will know. Well, you're just that lone person trying to prove.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, oh man. Off that note,
One last thing. People are calling it XCOM,
I was
but
going to
I
bring
was
that up.
like, it looks like, I was like, wait a second. This isn't a platformer, it has tactics gameplay?
Then you're just like tactics, and in Smear's mind, just the Hallelujah chorus just starts playing.
Yeah, that's what made me excited, and the fact that it looks really good.
Yeah,
A bit
and actually
shiny,
very,
but
very intricate.
yeah, a lot of detail.
Yep. So next we have Assassin's Creed Origins, which I don't really have much to say other than hopefully the desert land isn't going. I mean, the thing is that desert landscapes are awe-inspiring, but after a while they're just desert landscapes.
The thing about open world games in rural settings is what's going to be in all of that, not city. Anything that was main worry with Breath of the Wild, with pretty much all of these huge open world games. What in San Andreas? What's there outside in this big countryside? Besides the fact that it's a big countryside
A lot of
and
sand.
sand that gets everywhere.
Of course, gritty. Oh man. Anyways, the thing is that I never actually had any interest in Assassin's Creed, and I only read due to certain things about game theory. I was just like, this series is about going transferring your mind back in time to be an assassin to learn more about the past to fix something in the present. I thought this was
Yeah,
just about, you know, rewriting just like a slight rewrite of history.
you see, the how little that part's talked about shows that the fan base doesn't care. And from what I hear, since I'm not really the biggest fan either, I've played a bunch of Assassin's Creed 2, I think, and that's really it. But it's getting more and more like they used to treat it super seriously. And by the most recent game, they know it's a joke, and so they treat it more loosely. And so it's I hear people say they enjoy it more because it's treated so much more loosely except in the movie where It wasn't treated at all. It got polio and died.
it was an old time, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, with, with just Assassin's Creed, I can just only hope that there won't be any floating faces.
You mean I hope that there are twice as many floating faces?
Sure, any any way you want. But last on the Ubisoft list that actually interests me is Far Cry 5. I'm not even joking. It's Beyond Good and Evil 2. The thing is that that's one of the games that I've seen a full playthrough of, and I find somewhat interesting, even though I don't like the dungeon design. It it's one of those dungeon designs that you know how we had that discussion. Well, actually, we could probably do a discussion about that later. It's saving for later, that one. Just gonna file that away. But yeah, I don't really like the dungeon design. But things are it's weird. It's like one of those weird games where just those games
There's
are.
a lot of detail in the world and the lore from what I've seen, and it looks really cool. But unless you're going to say something, what I noticed about the trailer was just how little details there were. We didn't see what consoles it was coming to. We didn't really see any gameplay. We don't know what become a monkey head
We just know that they're
ape escape.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the characters are great, but it sounds like a very quiet way of saying, please fund us through Indiegogo so we can make this game possible. Because we won't get anything done any other way. So yeah, I mean, it looks really cool, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm gonna use that as a transition to Sony because as we're speaking of monkeys, I had this one little tiny little spark of hope within my soul that Ape Escape was going to be revived.
Why? That's not dark and gritty and cinematic
Yeah.
and third person.
Okay, I get it. I get it. All right. I just want my Ape Escape. All right. I just want to catch some monkeys and transform and do all this awesome stuff. And with some weird lightsaber club thing, it's fly in the sky, and it was just so charming. Why did you get rid
What company made Ape Escape?
of it? Specifically?
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke about the only Ape Escape you'll get is you'll walk across television in the new Uncharted game, and you'll be able to play one level of Ape Escape.
It's Sony Interactive Entertainment. So I don't know which of the subsidiaries it falls under.
The one that made the Emoji Movie, probably.
You did.
And then we'll get Emoji Escape for Sony Vaio.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah, it looks like the franchise escaped.
Stop. Just shut up. We're moving on.
I mean, I don't know. I wanted to say something else about Ubisoft.
Oh, really? Okay, fine. We're going back there. We're going back there now. Shifting gears. What else?
Yeah, The Crew 2. Okay, let's move on. No, I'm just like The Crew 2. I'd like to see them make America. Oh my goodness. I couldn't bring myself to say it.
Did I
But
miss
no,
something?
no, I was about to say I want to see them make America great again. Because The Crew is supposed to be all of the USA, but they couldn't make it good enough, and so a lot of people were complaining that America was not fully realized. And now that they have a sequel and they're redoing America, I'm explaining the joke so the joke isn't funny. But luckily the joke wasn't funny in the first place, so I'm not losing anything by doing this.
I'm
So
glad you
yeah,
realized that.
yes,
But
that's really all I had to say. I felt I wanted to say more about Ubisoft, but I had nothing to say about Steep except I sure hope that DLC comes to the Switch version as well because it's like what happened with the Wii U where a lot of people, a game came out for Wii U, and then new DLC came out for a game, and it didn't come to the Wii U version.
Oh my god, it's been 15 minutes and I was just like, wait, is this thing recording? Oh crap! And then I looked at it and I was like, oh thank god, I should really, really have checked.
Yeah, you really should have checked.
Can you check just in case?
Yes, it's recording. Yes, I know it's recording. Please, let's go to Sony.
Uh, alright, fine. Fine. Okay, so just going down the line here. Moss.
Actually, no. Before we start talking about Sony, we need to not do anything and show a random commercial about television. Because that's what Sony did, and I'm going to do it back to them.
Hey now kids, come gather round. See what just skipped into town. So skip it. Do run, do jump, do hop, hop. Skip it. Skipping and a screaming and a bop to bop. But the very best thing of all, there's a counter on this ball. So try to beat your very best score. See if you can jump a whole lot more. Skip it. Come on everybody, skip it. Roaring good fun from Tiger Toys.
You are a vengeful man.
I'm so bitter. I don't even know why I'm so bitter about this conference. Maybe because I'm so bored. It's boring. Everything felt the same. We spent so much time talking about multi-platform games we know. Like, I skipped through like 2 minutes of Destiny 2 stuff and it's like, we know this is coming. Go to something else. It's boring. It's well, I'll save that for the end, but yeah, I wasn't, it wasn't that great.
Well, yeah, so just going down the list here, we have Moss. And what I have to say about it is that I love settings where you're tiny and interacting with a big world. But at the same time, I was like, oh, this is great. And then I was like, oh, they're little bridges and temples exactly made for your size. And, okay.
And also it's VR.
Wait, it is?
I'm pretty sure it was during the VR showcase, wasn't it?
Isn't this a
seemed that way
third
to me.
person thing?
I mean, I guess we'd have to check that and just make a note in the video, but yeah, I'm pretty sure well, I would say I'm pretty sure now that you're questioning me, but I thought it was VR.
Yeah, well, call it me wanting another Minish Cap, but I actually do love Minish Cap's setting is another reason why I absolutely adore it. But just the fact that you had this thing and then it's like, oh no, there are temples exactly that size, structures exactly around this size, just that maybe the foliage is bigger and there are maybe giant rocks which are actually just rocks, and I just once they showed that it was like temple based gameplay instead of like the bigs, just like things existing normally are your obstacles. Just like I was out. I just didn't care anymore.
You see, well, the problem with these games, with these E3s and game compilations, they always choose inappropriate music for the trailers because all the games need to share one trailer or one set of trailers, and the majority of the games are going to be shooters and action games. So you see, do 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 do. It's like some super, and it's just that little mousey just running along. I'm like, I'm not really. This is jarring. So yeah.
Next is Final Fantasy Fishing Extreme.
Yeah, because if Twilight Princess tells us anything, we need more motion control fishing.
Same with well, you know, I knew that this would be I knew that this would be personal for us more than anything else, because we lived that. We that part. We're going to be old.
Would you really call it living?
Oh god. We're going to be like old and gray. And we're going to tell our grandkids are just going to be like, hey, you want to go fishing? Or it's like, fishing. Fishing. We just spaz out while we have flashbacks to 12 minutes fishing.
Yeah, we say we lived through fishing.
It's like, you kids today don't understand. Back then, fishing was hell.
Yeah, so just
You'd spend 30 minutes catching a fish only for a damn cat to take your fish, and then it turns out you have to fish another one.
you see what I like about my phone, about YouTube Mobile, is that if you tap forward on the screen, you can skip ahead by seconds within intervals of 10. So I was watching Final Fantasy VR. I'm like, oh, this looks it's interesting. Saw fishing. Okay.
10.
The fishing lasted more than 10 seconds. I'm like, okay, this has gone on way too long. And so, yeah, I tend all the way out of it because, yeah, I don't need to see this.
Alright.
And I did it a lot, as in, I'd usually watch all the conferences. Like, all of the conference, I skipped ahead a lot in this because it felt more, the thing is, it showed less games than Microsoft. I spent longer on each game, and so I just felt like it's such a waste of time.
Speaking of...
The Uncharted game looks really cool, though. I mean, as far as cinematic experiences involving third-person shooters go,
We need a whole bunch of addendums for that. But
yeah.
But yeah, I was going to bring up Call of Duty. So they're cleaning up after that little space fiasco, but I actually really wanted that space fiasco. I'm like the one person.
No, you're the second person because I had never cared about Call of Duty. I saw Infinite Warfare's trailer and I got super
I
excited.
know, right? I actually just like, oh, finally! Something different than, oh, gritty, oh, war's hell, you're gonna shoot some people, World War II. Just like, yes! Finally! Everybody hates it.
You see, no one. I wouldn't say everyone hated it. They hated what it represented. But the problem is that's not what it represented because we had 20 shooters in the past. No, but like say 6 World War II shooters, and then 15 modern day shooters, and then we have 2 future shooters, and everyone's like, get rid of this. Stop spamming future. Go back to the basics. And then World War II comes back. Finally something different.
Who
It's so
freaking
weird.
cares? It's
It's
World
so
War II like
weird.
1,000 times. What is there to actually just... you might as well just be playing the other games. That's literally...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, there are only like 2 or 3 future shooters.
I'm not
I really don't understand, but whatever.
even... The thing is that I'm not even dissing Call of Duty as a gameplay franchise. I have fun with shooter games, mostly in multiplayer, because even though I'm not really good at some of them. Oh man, aiming with it just like
That's the thing.
rotating with the
I
right analog
hear
stick.
that people like Infinite Warfare single player. So it really is the problems with Infinite Warfare are its pay to win multiplayer and its controversial DLC pre-order bonuses. I'm talking about Modern Warfare Remastered. And the whole fiasco surrounding that, which is a fiasco, and Activision is just the scum of the earth. But that I can understand the hate with.
Well,
mean-
we've completely lost our possible partnership with Activision.
That stinks.
Anyways, anything else?
Wait a second. They didn't say anything about Crash Bandicoot Remastered.
Didn't they just show like another trailer with more stuff with?
I guess there's nothing to reveal. Yeah, I guess.
So it's just launching. Just what else really? It's a remastering of the 3 games. Come on, we've seen practically everything we need to see. Just waiting for it now. But yeah, speaking of things like remasters, Shadow of the Colossus remaster. I
My goodness. People. Okay. This E3, I can't believe that Xbox and Ubisoft are the ones I liked. I usually like Sony's conference. I usually think it's okay or good, but I don't know. Just there's so many re-releases and
and the
games that are
thing is
coming
that
out for
I'm not
years.
denying the thing is they changed some of the art to be a bit. I like how the subtle changes they put to the art. I like how things look. But I like how practically everything looks because my mind is still blown away by a whole bunch of scenery of this HD age.
Yeah, it's like what Red Letter Media famously said in their video about Chappie. You remember when it was something important to say that movie had great special effects. Graphics mean nothing now. Everything looks good, who cares?
Yeah, and that's
Unless it's
that's
like
why
super stylized.
yeah, that's why cartoonish stuff is where it's at, man.
Yeah.
Just finally, people are starting to realize, oh crap, we were all pushing for this realistic stuff until it started exaggerating everything and also taking forever to make.
No one's realizing that.
I mean, some people are, the few enlightened.
The one person on each development team that gets drowned out by the executive, sure.
Oh man, but yeah. And speaking of disappointments, that of War. It's
You know, I mean, I've never played God of War before, like ever. I've never been interested in the franchise. But think something that was so weird, it even got me to pause the video. What you've done in the past doesn't matter. And I'm like, didn't he kill the universe?
he killed the universe. No. If we went into God of War right now, let me summarize it. Basically, he killed all the Greek gods who were basically jerks and were transformed into super jerks because of something they told him to do, which had,
Yeah, but that caused like the world. He just killed everything.
well, humans survived because he released the power of hope for them to live for themselves.
Yeah, because if you make people hopeful in
They
the
won't be drowned by that.
hellscape
They won't be drowned
dystopia
by
you
that
created,
literal like 50-meter rising of the oceans.
yeah, I mean, so it just felt like what he did in the past doesn't matter. I'm like, no, that doesn't. That seems stupid.
He might as well be in another dimension because I'm just like, the sky isn't being blotted out right about now, and there's plants living. There seems to be some life. Just
He actually just might be because someone said the gods of this realm or the gods of this
yeah,
world or
this one is using the Norse gods, and so just
yeah.
like it's highly unlikely that the Norse gods were just like creators there killing the Greek. I mean, there are other things like the Persians had some Persian monsters, but it's highly unlikely that just a little bit ways away, the Norse gods were just doing something.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, I don't care about the kid. I really don't care about the kid. I have no reason to care about the kid. All he's there to do, in my eyes, is give me more Last of Us vibes, which I really don't want.
Yeah, it seems, I mean, it seems so follow me, guys. Follow me to paradise. That I just.
No, also they
It
showed
seems so
more.
blatant,
They showed
though.
more of the frantic combat, but it just doesn't work. The camera is way too close. The combat angle is just doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, that probably means the combat's affected.
Yeah, it's just this just looks like it just doesn't work as the game it's trying to come off of.
Yeah, but people will love it.
I'm actually thinking that that going into it, people might actually realize how shallow it is, or maybe it will be good. I'm always open to eating my words in terms of how good games will be, but from what I'm seeing, I do not care.
Yeah.
Yes. So next is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is basically just Marvel marketing and nothing else.
Yeah, it's basically the MCU versus Chun-Li and ninjas.
Do you realize how much screen time came to Capcom characters just in comparison?
I didn't realize that it was Marvel versus Capcom. I thought it was just a Marvel game. And then I think, oh, that character looks kind of, oh, it's
Yeah,
Marvel versus
just
Capcom.
Chun-Li just happens to have a speaker role, Ryu's in the background, and then Strategy comes up. And Mega Man X and Zero are there. And it's like, yeah,
Completely out of place.
they're only completely out of place because everything else is just Marvel guys just running around. There's there's barely anything else on that side. Just like, oh guys, look, it's Mega Man X and Zero, and again, Zero in his old, just like they showed that he'd be in this command mission suit, and then they retconned that, or I don't know, maybe it's just different skins. The point is that them and then them going on about Thanos and just like, okay, at least here in this universe Thanos does something rather than sit on his chair sipping at the end of every Marvel movie. But seriously, it's I'm I'm going to be honest, for I'm always there for the Capcom characters for the most part. So this especially is just like a, okay, you wanna move away from Marvel? You wanna just scooch over a little bit?
You're missing the point. You're not getting it right. And I think you're being unfair. Street Fighter is the pioneer in fighting games, the gold standard. So when they saw Street Fighter 5 have no content, they realized, huh, that's what we should be doing. There you go.
uh, just I'm sure. Look, if unless they somehow manage to completely unbalance the roster, in which case, oh my god, I'm sure the roster will be just unless they're insane. I'm sure the roster will be fine. On the Capcom side, Marvel side is just gonna be the movie guys, really.
Yep. Sorry, Deadpool fans, but
What do you
we
mean,
don't
sorry,
want.
Deadpool fans?
Dude, Deadpool isn't in the MCU. It's a Fox movie. Marvel is not going to start promoting
Yeah, but they're
characters.
not going to get rid of Deadpool. He's like, if
I guess we'll get back to me on that. I'm certain. Because Marvel is actively trying to not promote anything. They're sabotaging their own comics to not promote anything that's not MCU related. Get back to me when I'm eating my words because I'm talking incredibly boastful about things I don't know about.
yeah, you are.
But I'm right though.
Monster Hunter World. I know a few people are going to be obsessed with this. I was never a Monster Hunter fan.
You see, I don't know what to think about it because it's a spin off, clearly not a main game. And the fact that the spin off is here probably means Sony's not getting the main game since it's on Xbox PC. So it's not even exclusive. So I'm assuming that this Monster Hunter's pretty much not going anywhere.
I didn't even realize it was a spin-off. I just watched part of the trailer and just like, oh.
Yeah, it seems to be it's from the looks of it it's open world. I hear things are a bit different relating to it.
They're always sort of open world? I don't know.
Well, the one I played, which is Portable Third, wasn't really. You just had the home base town and the quest locations, and you go through town getting questing stuff. And in this one, I mean, who knows? We don't really know anything about worlds, but yeah, this seems like because Double Cross is on Switch, Worlds is on everything else. That's gonna that's gonna cause some serious, what's the word, console warring. So they can't wait for that. But I don't know. I wouldn't say as a Monster Hunter fan, but I don't think I'm worried of Sony taking back Monster Hunter or anything. They probably paid for this.
Yeah. And PS4 Undertale, yay!
Kind of wish it was coming to Nintendo consoles because I kind of wish it was coming to a portable that I can play on because that's probably the only reason I haven't played it.
I just at this, cause they're like, okay, this time you get the soundtrack and a locket that plays hopes and dreams. I'm just like, okay, if a person wanted that merchandise, sure, but otherwise, this is just to get the other merchandise thing. There's no other reason to buy it. It's come on.
Having it on portable Vita, but that's really it. I mean, I'm sure it's not like it can run on old PCs, so there's not it's nothing stopping you from getting it right now.
Don't you
Literally
realize
this
how
very
lazy
moment.
that how technically lazy that would be? Just like on a technical standpoint. Because here's the thing. It's not even of course it's not even marketing for the console anymore because it's something that's just so easy. It's basically for the merchandise and for the possible portability that people probably just don't actually care that much about in this case anyways.
I don't know. Portability is super enticing to people. It's part of the reason why people are excited for Skyrim on Switch. People are saying, "Man, I have to buy Skyrim for the fourth time,"
What is wrong with these people?
and then they're gonna buy it for the fifth time because of VR. But I'm kidding. Only 10 people own VR.
Uh,
The thing
well,
is,
actually,
I wanted to
technically, you
talk
have to
about
add the
that.
Game Grumps to that. Where,
Yeah,
I,
I want to talk about that.
okay,
It's been like 5 years. It's like 5 years since Skyrim has come out, at least. And we have two new Skyrim games. And one's portable, and then Sony's like, hey, don't leave us out. So one's VR. And then Xbox's has mods. So everyone gets their own Skyrim.
yeah, well, good for them. Skyrim's not really my thing. Never really was. I'm just going to come out and say it. If a game's all realistic with its stuff, it has to give it. It has to give me something. It has to actually draw me in much better than any other game. Because just the whole thing about cartoonish style. If I see something a cartoonish style that I just don't feel appeal with, I won't bank on it. But the problem is that a lot of this realistic stuff, just other than marketing their realism, it's really just when you get to the nitty gritty of the gameplay, it's not really that
Enticing
enticing.
together.
Yeah, it's not really that enticing when you just look at these games and you're just like, wow, you have to do some crafting or whatever if this game is more rugged and nature based and do this or like wow, if you're space based, you have to go get some more guns and upgrade your armor and space gravity. That's why when I looked at like Alien Isolation and people were just like oh my god, Alien Isolation. I'm just like, okay, the atmosphere is good. However, the game goes on for way too long. Another problem with a lot of these games. Then the then there's also lore dumps. Well, not the miniature lore dumps for things that really don't matter. Again, another problem. And the worst problem is that in the end, the story is just okay, Rip, we're gonna go get off of this station. Critical engine failure. Ah, god damn it! Let's go fix that engine. Okay, I'm here at the engine. It turns out you need to go get some power cables to hook up to the engine turbines. And then you just like go to the next part of the station. Oh no, somebody stole the power cables. You gotta get those power cables back.
So basically, it's everything Doom isn't.
Yes. Doom is just go point A, point B, destroy everything in your way. Sure, some things might block your way, but you know what you do to those things? Just shoot them in the head.
Exactly.
So, Yeah, Dead Space and Alien Isolation are like the forefronts for me just saying this game is just everything goes wrong and you're the janitor.
Pretty much.
I'm so tired of seeing it. I'm just so tired.
I mean, when you're talking about this game needs to pull me in even harder. You know what pulled me in?
Spider-Man?
No. I mean, yes, that was the perfect joke, and that's what I was going to say, but I was actually going to say Detroit becoming human, being human, human revolution.
Oh yeah, that. I I was going to bring that up. I was like, wait, I completely forgot which franchise, which thing that was for. Was it Sony? I completely
Yes,
forgot.
it was. It was Sony, and it was good, and it was. I mean, I'm very hesitant of any game that boasts expansive choices.
We're with you,
So
Marcus.
yeah, and also that's, I mean, really cheesy, but
They're
yeah.
androids. They're not going to. They're not going to be like conscious of that. They're going to just voice their opinions mostly.
Also, androids. That's not right. Aren't androids are part human?
No. That's cyborgs.
No, cyborgs are the ones with implants.
But yeah, they're part human.
No,
Android.
no. Like, and cyborgs are humans with robotic implants.
Yes.
Androids are part human with outwardly robotic features like say a robotic arm or a robotic leg, etc.
No. No. That's just another cyborg.
Though I'm pretty sure robots are just robots.
No, the androids are basically complete robots that have AI, which gives them human-like properties. And cyborg is basically you're part human, but part part of your body is like mechanical.
So then, what's a robot?
A robot's just it's basically like a broader term. It's basically like an android is a robot, but robot is a broader term. It could mean your freaking toaster, technically.
Yeah, but what if my toaster is sentient and helps me pilot my ship through a black hole?
Where are you going with this?
No, I read books.
Is this a hitchhiker's thing?
I wish,
Is
but
it
it's
Red
similar
Dwarf?
enough. Okay, yes, you got me.
I knew it. Okay, alright. Oh man. Uh where was I? Oh wait, did you say what you need to say about this game?
Me, yeah, choices. I'm hesitant to believe that those choices really are that expansive.
What I want is that you get you get specific save points for those choices. But you also carry over I mean technically you can save, but with these games I want there to be all the important choices you can splice off at that point. Continue the game, maybe get to your bad ending or whatever, then rewind to that save point and just be able to do that other choice really quickly.
I know there's a game that does that, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, but I wish there were more systems of that because a lot of things make you save after the choices.
Well, for me, while I was watching the trailer, the game felt surprisingly similar to Remember Me, which is, I think, a Capcom game
Wait, what
about.
happened to that game about people taking happiness pills and post-apocalyptic happiness plague thing? Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah, it came out on Steam, I think. I'm sure it's definitely out. I don't remember for what console, but it's out. It's called We Happy Few.
Oh yeah, that thing. Because I was actually, as I said, the happiness apocalypse is one of the most disturbing things to me on a conceptual level.
Yeah, that trailer got me. That trailer got me good.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not gonna play the game because I'm going to have nightmares. I'm a man, I can admit it, but I'm still interested in the story. And it just went quiet, and I guess it just released without really much of anything. I've never seen anybody mention it ever again.
Just like Remember Me.
Ironically,
Ironically, yes. So, I mean,
we still haven't talked about Spider-Man and how it's basically a new Batman game with more active versatility than gadget versatility. And I love it.
I have nothing to say about it, so I guess you'll take over here.
Really? You have nothing to say about that?
Pretty much nothing.
It was so cool. It was like...
Yeah, it was cool, but
It was
I mean,
okay. Yeah, I
they-
get it with the whole spectacles and stuff, but the thing is,
oh no, not even spectacle. It looked competent, it looked fun, but I have nothing to say about it because it just, something where something's good, but you can't really comment on it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I could comment on it. I love how it basically meshes together. The missions in well, from what I see, it meshes together meshes together and improves the combat from Ultimate Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. I don't remember Spider-Man 3's combat that very well. Spider-Man 2 is a superior game. And it just does so much better with it, and just like it it looks so cool. Oh man, that just like Sony of a lot of these games. In fact, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. I guess none of these games really made me feel any actual positive emotions, except that one. That one was just like, oh, Spider-Man, radioactive spider blood, man.
yeah. I mean, it was certainly the better Marvel-related game in Sony's conference.
Did you know that the '90s Spider-Man show had that standards and practices thing where they couldn't punch anybody?
How
Yeah, if you look through the show, I don't think there's one person who was ever punched.
I'm that's to be honest, I don't see how that's possible.
I know, right? It just like, yeah, it's like you can have the show be violent with explosions and such, and they can be kicked, but they can't be punched. They can't be punched. I'm looking through the episodes like, nobody's being punched. Did no one ever get punched?
So basically, the way to defeat Spider-Man is cut off his legs.
Well, no,
To be fair, cutting off his legs would actually defeat him. So
he has those web shooters, man. If he's going to be a radioactive spider torso, he might as well.
yeah, he'd probably just use Doc Octopus technology and just say, "Oh, I have my legs again, and I have 8 of them."
Or well, that's a different problem. Or it could be like a superior Spider-Man, where Doctor Octopus takes over his body and starts assuming his life, and tries to actually be a hero.
Yeah, I am going to pretend I know what you're talking about.
It's a comic. I think people hated it. I'm not sure, but I actually like that premise, even though I'm sure it's going to be very weird and very kind of disturbing. But yeah. So Spider-Man is amazing. Everything else is meant to. Oh my God, why?
I give Ubisoft an 8 out of 10 again because, well, 8, a 7.
7, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, nothing except for the super eye-catching rabbits. Everything else seemed fine. It seemed competent. So I can't say it was oh yeah, they completely made mature Sea of Thieves, as in Rare just got completely destroyed one day later because everyone loves Black Flag and it's sailing, and then Ubisoft's like, cool, we see you making Sea of Thieves, we'll just thieve the sea and make our own.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then
So not a lot of these games are a cup of tea in the first place.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't comfortably rate Sony's conference because I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't hate. Well, I probably hated it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure whenever I'm doing whatever at home and you Skype me specifically to talk about how incredibly bored you are, I think that's a rating on a bad scale.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I can't say it had nothing good.
You had
But-
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much if we were to ever give our little sums up, just like with this Sony conference, it had Spider-Man. Yeah, that seems to be it. I don't think we're missing anything. Okay. So, again, we're just waiting for that Nintendo. Just All that Nintendo, can't wait. This is the reason for the season. I I'm actually out of everything because this E3. Whilst a lot of good things have come out of it, okay. While a reasonable amount of good things have come out of it, I've it's one of those things where I'm just like, there's not enough actually just like stirring because, as I said, these games take forever and so they barely ever come out, and there's less games each time, and all that stuff. Um, there's little stirring, but with Nintendo's little systems, I'm just like, oh man, what they gonna bring to the table every single time.
You see, honestly, and this is my last point. Before, I was thinking, okay, Nintendo, try and just keep up with the other guys. Try and do good this year. Everyone's bringing out the big guns. Try and deliver.
Yeah, everyone's
Because
bringing out guns, all right.
yeah, that's great. The last 2 years have been okay. I personally thought E3 2015 was fine for Nintendo. It's just that it wasn't amazing, but it was fine. But this year needs to be great, and I don't think they can do it, especially after the 25 minutes thing. But at this point, no, the only thing we have left to see is Nintendo, and I guess Square Enix and PC. They have a reasonable chance of coming out on top right
Oh
now.
wait, PC? Oh crap! Maybe they'll finally announce some games that I could get.
Yeah. So right now, it's coming down to this. It's not impossible that Nintendo can take it out on top. But I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I mean, to be honest, Mario Odyssey will probably be the game of the E3 if Mario X Rabbids isn't, because it's like the no. It's I'm pretty sure I saw someone on the internet say it's currently the highest trending gaming video on YouTube, the Rabbids trailer. So
Because nobody
yeah,
can believe it.
people are interested.
Yeah, nobody can. It's a combination of nobody can believe it and nobody can believe it actually looks good.
And my last final statement will be Peach Rabbit for Smash Bros. 5.
I'm gonna find out where you live and I'm going to bludgeon you with the nearest blunt object I can find.